everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new here. If you've been hanging around for a while, you know that the Vengeance is probably my most popular ship on this channel. It's actually the ship that started the channel, and it's been redesigned several times. Each version was just as successful as the last. Unfortunately, the latest Starfield patch made these ships unbuildable. They relied on the flip glitch blending technique to blend parts. This was patched out in the last update, which made it impossible to build the ship. So what I wanted to do is yet again redesign the Vengeance, this time using no mods and no glitches. The goals for this ship are just like the others. We want a complete ladderless build using the Cabot Bridge, an efficient laid out interior, the strongest stock weapons in the game, and enough cargo space for the average player. So with those goals in mind, I give you the Vengeance Alpha. The Vengeance Alpha retains the familiar lines of the other models in this line, with the design that's kind of a mix of the MK2 and the MK3 versions, but without the need to blend parts together. This makes it the perfect ship for the beginner builder, or someone who has not unlocked all their achievements yet and does not want to download any mods. The ship is a little smaller than its predecessor, coming in at just 72 meters in length versus the 80 on the MK3. This was actually by design so you don't get stuck under the ship when landing in places like New Homestead. Now this is still a Class C ship, so you will need your piloting skill at rank 4 to fly it. You'll also want your Starship design skill at rank 4 and be at least level 60 to have access to all the parts. You will also need to have an outpost with a large landing pad built on it. This will be the final stop in our build. I would also recommend that you have completed at least the first mission in the Vanguard questline to have access to the weapons, and complete the All That Money Can Buy mission to have access to the engines we use in this build. So now that you know a little bit about the ship, let's get into it. We're going to start at our normal spot on New Atlantis. For this build, we're going to need to shop at a few places for unique parts. So today, we'll be visiting New Homestead, Hopetown, Neon, and then we'll be finishing our build at our Outpost. First things first, we're going to need a ship to build off of. So let's head over to the ship vendor and see what he has for sale.
What can I do for you? Need some work done? I'm sure you can find something you like.
As we usually do, I'm just going to grab the least expensive thing on the list, which is usually the Rambler. Now that we have our starter ship, let's get to our parts. Our first stop is New Homestead, on Titan in the Sol system. Once on the ground, head over to the ship technician and select the option to view and modify your ships.
Need some work done? Hey, what can I do for you? Sure, how about it?
I'm going to put the parts list you need on screen now. Pause the video here and pick up everything you need. Okay, now that we have our parts, let's fit them on the ship. Delete all the parts that you do not need and fit the parts to your ship any way you can. Once the ship is flyable, let's exit the builder and head to our next stop. Our next stop is in the Valos system on the planet Polvo, and we're heading to Hopetown. Once on the ground, head over to the ship vendor and ask to view and modify your ships.
Got anything you need? Anything I can help you with? Sure, how about it?
Once again, I'll put the parts list on screen. Pause the video here and pick up everything you need. Now that we have our parts, let's fit them on the ship. Now that the ship is flyable, let's exit the builder and head to our next destination. Our next stop is in the Valai system, and we're going to Valai Alpha and landing on Neon. Once in the city, turn left and head over to the Stroud Eklund showroom. Enter the showroom and interact with the panel on the wall.
If you have any questions about our spacecraft,
Select the option to view and modify your ships. Now we just need a few things from here, but I'll put the parts list on screen anyways. Pause the video here and get shopping. Once we have all our pieces, let's fit them on our ship. You can put the pieces anywhere, as long as the ship is flyable in the end. Now that our ship is flyable, exit the builder and head to our last stop.
don't hesitate to ask.
The final stop is your outpost. Mine is in the Schrodinger system on Schrodinger 3. You'll need a large landing pad at your outpost if you want to build ships there, so make sure you have at least that built. Head to your landing pad and up the stairs. Interact with the panel at the end of the ramp, and select the option to view and modify your ships. Now the rest of the parts are going to come from here. I'm going to put the parts list on screen now. Pause the video here and purchase everything you need. So here's our layout. Make sure you have removed all the parts that you purchased at our other stops off your ship, and then delete the rest of the parts. You're not going to be needing it. So now that we have everything we need, let's start our build. We're going to start with our hab layout. Take the cockpit and move it to the open area. Next, take one of the control stations and bring it over to the back of the cockpit. Swing the camera around so we're looking at the back. This hab is going to connect to the bottom center hook point of the bridge. Next, bring over the Hopetown spines. Place these right above the hab we just placed. We're using these because there's no bottom entry point, so we are sure not to spawn a ladder here. Next, bring over your 1x1 hab. This will attach to the end of the Hopetown spines. Okay, let's swing the camera back to the front and continue with our habs. Take two more of the control stations and bring them over. Connect the front side hook points of these to either side of the 1x1 hab. Next, grab the 2x3 mess hall and attach this to the back of the 2x1 habs we just placed. Now, take your last control station and attach that to the middle two hook points on the starboard side of the ship. Next, take the 2x1 all-in-one hab and connect that to the same spot on the other side. Now that finishes our hab layout. Now grab the landing bay and bring that over. Flip it so it's facing the opposite way and attach that to the rear side hook point of our bottom 2x1 hab. Next, bring over the docking bay. Flip it so it's facing the opposite way and attach that to the rear side hook point of our 2x1. Next, we're going to shape the front of the ship a little. Start by bringing over 4 of the 203 cargo holds. Take 2 and attach them just behind the cockpit at the upper level. Take the other 2, flip them so they're facing the opposite way, and place them in the same spot on the other side of the ship. Next, bring over the AccuLander landing gears. These are going to go just behind the cockpit on the lower level. Make sure the slim side is facing out. Next up, take the reactor, and this will go in the center hole of the ship. The top of the reactor should be even with the top of the habs. Next, grab 3 landing gears and bring those over. What we're going to do is swing under the ship to give us a better view. Take the 3 landing gears and put them just behind the 2x1 hab at the bottom. Now grab 2 more and bring those over. These will go on either side of the reactor. Next, select your grav drive and fuel tanks and bring those over to the ship. place the grav drive just behind the reactor, and then place the fuel tanks on either side of the grav drive. Now, bring over the last 2 landing gears. These are going to go right behind the fuel tanks. Finally, let's grab that smaller cargo hold. This will go to the open space behind the grav drive. And that finishes the bottom of our ship. Now let's go fill out the shape of the ship a little. Start by taking a Stroud mid-bracer and placing that on the port side of the ship in the same spot as the docking bay that's on the other side of the ship. Next, grab 2 more mid-bracers. These are going to go behind the 2x1 halves on our wings. Now, bring over 2 Stroud Cap Bs. Attach one to the mid-bracer that's on the side of the ship. Take the other one, flip it, and place it just behind the docking bay. Next, take a nose cap C and place that in front of the mid-bracer on the side of the ship. Now take the other cap C and place that in front of the docking bay. Up next, take the braking engines, and these are going to go on the front of our 2x1 halves that are on our wings. Now we're going to fill out the shape under the wings. Start by bringing over your remaining cargo holds. Take 2, flip them so they're upside down, and attach one under the ship just next to the rear landing gear. Take the other one and place that in front of the piece we just placed. Take the last 2 and place them in the same place on the other side of the ship. Next, take a Stroud Cap A. Flip it so it's upside down, and the straight edge is facing into the ship. This will go in front of our cargo containers we just placed. Take another Cap A and put that in the same spot on the other side. Let's start working the top of our ship. Take a nose cap B and place that above the Hopetech spine halves. Next, take 4 mid-bracers and combine them in a line. Place these just behind the Cap B piece we just placed. Take the last Cap B and place that at the end of the line of mid-bracers. Next, take a Cap A piece and place that on the first mid-bracer just behind the Cap B piece. Take another Cap A, flip it, and place it on the other side. Next, take 2 Stroud cowlings and place them behind the Cap A pieces we just placed. Take 2 more, flip them so they're facing the opposite way, and place them on the other side. Now, take the last 2 Cap A's and bring them to the back of the ship. Flip one so it's facing the opposite way, then change the variant so it's facing backwards. Attach that behind the Stroud cowlings. Now do the same with the other one. Looks like we forgot to place this cowling. This will be flipped so it's upside down, and place it right behind the landing gear behind the cockpit. Next, let's bring over your engines. Attach 5 in a line along the back, starting at the mid cap. The last one will go above the middle engine. Now that those are placed, let's finish off the shape of the wings with our Deimos spine pieces. Grab a spine A, a spine B, a radiator, and a tail piece. Bring those over to the ship. Take the spine A and place that on the second hook point of our wing. Place the spine B behind that. And the radiator goes behind that. And lastly, the tailpiece attaches to the end. This fills out the shape of our wing and gives us some hook points for our weapons later. Now let's repeat that process on the other side. Lastly, place a shield generator on top of the ship in front of the rear cap B piece. That finishes the basic build. Now let's add our weapons. First, let's place our equipment plates. Take 2 and place 1 on the rear hook point of our 2x1 hab on the wing, and the next one just behind that. Now do the same on the other side. Now we're going to add our turrets. We're going with the PBO 300s here. Take 1, flip it so it's facing forward, and place it on the front plate. Take another one, flip it so it's facing backwards, and this goes on the rear plate. Now do the same on the other side with the other 2 turrets. Next, grab your 4 PBO 175s and bring those to the back of the ship. These are going to go on the tail pieces on the back of the wings. Now let's grab your Horizon weapon mounts. These are going to go on either side of that rear cap B piece on top of the ship. Now take 4 of your obliterator cannons and place those on the weapon mounts. The last 2 obliterators are going to go on the rear cap A pieces. All right, now that everything is assembled, last thing we need to do is assign our weapons. As usual, put the auto turrets to the W2 spot and assign the others wherever you want. And now let's rename our ship. And of course, we need to swap out those factory colors to something more fitting. Since it's the Vengeance, I'm going basic here with a white and gray layout. And now our ship is finished. In here you can see the stats before our skill and crew bonuses apply. And here are the stats after those bonuses apply. All right, let's go take a tour of our new ship. All right, here we are. We can take a tour of our Vengeance Alpha or Vengeance A. And we're going to go take a tour of the inside of this ship. Now, keep in mind that this interior is going to be a little bit more simplistic than what you've seen in my most recent videos, as I do not have any of the mods that I normally use for interior decorating, but it still serves for functionality purposes. So we come right into the ship, right into our armory. We have some weapon displays here. I got my little flashlight on as the lighting does get a little hinky inside these ships. We have a full armory here, weapons boxes, all our weapons displayed rather nicely. We have an armor display. We got our backpacks on the wall. Put some tables with our helmets and our full armor sets right along the back. And you come right into our bridge. And these are the only stairs in the entire build. We have our bounty clearance board right here. We come up.
There.
Hi, Cora. And this is our normal Cabot bridge. We know it. We love it. Lots of windows. Very sleek looking. And right out the back, we go into our main area. So you see we have this long corridor. This is how we get away with being completely ladderless, because there is no ladder option for these halves here. We go right into a little 1x1, and you can go either way. And this is a completely circular path throughout the whole ship. So we're going to start here to the left and go right into our crafting area. We have a full crafting, cooking station, pharmaceutical, weapons, workbench, research lab, everything you need for crafting, including some storage area in the back here. Through here, we have our little art gallery. I always like putting an art gallery on my ships. They give us this nice artwork, so why not display them? That comes right out into the ship docker, so we have our ship docker right on the side. As you come in from the docker, you're greeted with our gallery. Through this door and this door, we come into just a little entry area. Of course, I got some self-branding up there. Why not? I did that in some previous ships, so why not keep it with this Vengeance? Through this door, we have our crew lounge. We have some pool tables and ping pong tables, dartboard. Sarah and Sam hanging out again. I put some model ships back there on the shelves. Little conference / eating table. Little TV area for them. Little food area in the back here. Drink, coffee. Fridge to store food. Through here, we have our captain's office. Put up some displays here. Nice little desk. Through here's our captain's bedroom. Very simple. Some weapons on the wall. Helmet. We have a little storage, TV, our trunk, and a basic bed, and some decorations. Let's go out through here. This is our crew area. So this is our crew sleeping area. We have our bathroom, some decorations. We have our crew bedding. And a little workout area for them. Again, very basic, as there's no mods to add any additional decorations. Through this door, we have our crew work area. And then we come right back out to our 1x1. It's a very quick and efficient ship. There is really not that much to it, and that's by design. It's designed to be small and efficient. You're going to be running a small crew. You know, it can run 13, but we got bed for 4, plus our captain's quarters, and I figured the crew would just work in shifts. So half the time people will be sleeping, and the other half the time people will be working, so that there's always someone manning. We come right back out into our cabin. And there we go. That is the tour of the Vengeance Alpha. Again, what do you think? It is completely modless, completely glitchless.
Hope you're having a good day.
Yes, I am, Cora. I am having a great day. Completely modless, completely glitchless, and it can be built completely stock in the stock game. I will be doing a modded version. Cora, why are you creeping? I will be doing a modded version of this ship to see what the potential of the Vengeance is with mods, so stay tuned for that. And that's the end of the video. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. I'm Team Scorpio, and I'll see you in the next video.